You are about to step on an unknown territory, which means that on one hand, you are most certainly and most importantly going to be facing the situation in between the 11th and the 27th of May 2022. And the situation that you are going to be facing, it's really going to surprise you. And you know why is it going to surprise you? Because for the first time in a long time, you're going to feel so specific about what you're going to come across, what you're going to look at, what you're going to be facing. And that in itself is going to really bring so much within you when it comes to optimism, but specifically when it comes to you wanting to explore and explore and explore. This stage and this period in your life, it's about to open you up. When I say this is going to open you up, you will know what I mean, because at the same time, you are going to have this specific view from above, which means that you're going to have this ability to actually see so much about your life, so much about yourself, so much about things that have been going on in your life over the last couple of years, from a completely different angle, from a much higher angle. And that in itself, it's going to be the main reason why you're going to start opening up in such a way where, you're really going to be surprised how much you're going to feel like you want to explore this particular part of your life. And I cannot stress how important it is for you to actually really pay attention to any inspiration that you have throughout the month of May, let alone what is going to be going on and what is going to be happening in your life within these days. By the time you get to the last 2 days in May, by the time you get to the 30th and the 31st of May 2022, there are two absolutely remarkable opportunities that you are going to have. Both of these opportunities are going to be as important for you to take on. In fact, the more you take on, the more you're going to surprise yourself. The more you take on, the more you're going to open up. The more you take on, the more you're going to find out, lots of other possibilities around, the certain aspects of your life that have always been around you for a very, very long time. In fact, the things that, maybe did not kind of like take your attention, or maybe you didn't notice them because it wasn't the right time. So this is exactly what is going to happen to you. It's all going to boil down to the actual last 2 days this May, where there are going to be two important opportunities. And I want to stress this because you're going to feel like, one of them is more important. No, baby, no. You need to take both of them on. You need to do both things, because now this is an important time of your personal development when it comes to your spirituality, but also when it comes to a remarkable next step when it comes to your spiritual journey. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Cancer, and it's for May 2022. So this monthly horoscope tarot card focus is for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, and it's for May 2022. When it comes to the actual numerology, this is really good indeed. Like, oh my God, I don't even know what to say. When it comes to numerology, your number is 11. You know how important this number contains its own very powerful and very significant and very unique energy, which means like, oh my God, this month you're going to be like kind of all around the place, but you need this in your life. You need this to see things for what they are. You need this in order to start questioning, the things that you should be questioning about your life. So on one hand, it just means about the fact that you are going to be going through like a huge, massive, like big mama, enormous, like a spiritual awakening. So lots of people think, oh yes, spiritual awakening, it's amazing, brilliant. Yeah, that's all brilliant, that's amazing, that's true. But on another hand, when we are going through spiritual awakening, we are able to see things, upside down, and we need this, to kind of come to the bottom of so many things in our lives that have been draining our like energy. And then maybe sometimes because a lot is going on around us, we don't really understand its like kind of importance at that moment in time. time. So it's all about you really being very deep throughout the month. So it's going to be like the combination of being really deep. You're going to be like in a deep thinking mode, but this is brilliant because at the same time there is going to be very interesting balance, which you are also going to kind of feel a very strong urge to explore, very strong urge to kind of like a very strong urge of this powerful vibration, which is only going to be pushing you towards inspiration. You know, the certain inspirations are going to be highlighted, and some of them are going to quite surprise you in itself. But on another hand, you really need to expect, you know, to understand so much. There is so much that you are going to understand, not this month, and it's certain things are going to be like kind of almost unbelievable to believe. But then again, it is nothing to do with your personal situation as such. It's a lot to do with like kind of looking at the big picture and lots of things that were happening around you over the last 2 or 3 years. You know, it's just so much that is going to be highlighted to you on your specific path. But the bottom line is that, you know, on one hand you will be very deep and you're going to be thinking so much, but then on another hand, you know, there is also going to be just as much of you wanting to like kind of like feeling this very kind of powerful inspirations. And it's not only about feeling inspiration, but it's only gathering as much as you can out of it by paying attention to it. What is exactly inspiring you? Because, you know, the last week of May, it's also, you will know that your own inspiration, it's going to be like pretty much so big mama when it comes to like a huge massive way out, you know, of the life that no longer serve you, of the life that you don't want to live, of the life that you don't like. So that means that this is all going to boil down towards you finding yourself on a really wonderful spiritual quest as well. And this is important because when you find yourself on a spiritual quest, this is what's happening like at the same time with your own true awakening. You just most simply and most certainly you want more out of life. So you get to this like certain parts of your own dimension and of your own energy that you need to get to, and you only get there like every now and then when you are going through your own spiritual awakening. So this is what I'm talking about, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. So this is what you need to remember. In numerology, your number is 11. Wait, Coco wants to go out, sorry. In numerology, your number is 11. Say hi to Cancerini. Hi, Cancerini. Here. Hello. In numerology, your number... Sorry. In numerology, your number is 11. Okay, so now, what does that mean that in numerology, you know, as I said, sorry, your number is 11. So this is a very, very powerful number, and it does contain very unique, very, very unique energy in itself. Okay, so this is why this is so important. And also, I want you to pay attention to the actual, what is going to happen on the 1st of, how you're going to feel on the very 1st of May, how you're going to feel on the 11th of May, and how you're going to feel on the 21st of May. These 3 dates are going to be completely different, but there is something very interesting and very unique that it's going to happen on all these 3 days. 3 completely different things, but they're all going to be rather unique, and it's all at the end of the day going to be pointing towards the same specific thing. You know, 3 things that are going to happen, 3 things that are going to unfold over these 3 days, you know, are all going to be completely different, but they're going to be pointing towards the one specific thing that you really need to kind of go over. You need to go through in order to get where you want to get. So this is going to be like a blessing in itself, let alone everything else, my gorgeous Cancerini. And then on another hand, when it comes to number 11 and numerology, and when it comes to the whole month of May, you know, it's just like basically, I like this so much because, you know, it's all about a brand new, like a banging prospects about to come in, you know, into your life. And these brand new prospects that are about to come into your life, they're not like a brand new as such, but it's more about you suddenly realizing like, oh my God, something that you have been facing, something that you have been working on, something that you wanted to achieve and wanted to happen. Now suddenly like, oh my God, you are going to realize so many other things that are going to start becoming really delicious, that are going to come out of that aspect of your life. And this in itself, it's remarkable unbelievable, because it's also going to bring so much optimism, so much excitement. It's going to increase your energy. It's going to make you feel really good about yourself. And it's like, oh my God, my Lord, when the energies and vibration is so high up, you know, there is so much that you gain out of it in terms of the actual manifestation, in terms of this. So you need to use it wisely, you know, because the power of manifestation, when it's so strong and magnetic, can go both ways, you know. So you can kind of like, I say it can go both ways, because if you're thinking very low and negative throughout the actual main particular, then you're just going to slow yourself down. No, baby, no. Do not be negative. You're going to slow yourself down, and you're going to lock the door that's in front of you. You're going to lock the portal, and you're only going to make like things like a bit more like a longer for yourself, you know, until you reach your own destination. And you can only reach your own destination by doing things correctly spiritually, when it comes to the actual spiritual terms, of course. So if you're thinking really negatively about things, you know, then you're just going to slow yourself down. So you need to understand, to make the most of this powerful vibration when it comes to manifestation. You will be able to do a lot. You just need to get hold of this absolutely wonderful energy and stay on top of it, but staying focused, staying centered, you know, staying grounded, you know. And at the same time, it's rather also important to actually try to protect your energy. Don't overwork yourself, or don't force yourself. If you do have a feeling like at any point in May, like, oh God, I can't do it, you know, like, you know, it's always important to take time out. And the time out can be only one day. My Lord, it's very, very important to protect your creativity, protect your energy, protect your power. So this is something that I want you to understand, because you will be doing quite a lot throughout May. But also, a little breaks and things like that are just as important. On another hand, you know, it is also like a number 11. It's just like a fantastic. This month is bringing in new possibilities, new options, new relationships. You know, it's like you are becoming so much more wise. I'm not saying that you weren't wise before, but I'm just saying that you are just going to kind of be able to really face the certain difficulties from a different angle. So that in itself means that you are going to have new approaches to old problems. And that in itself is going to put you closer to new acquaintances, through your own knowledge, because you have been prepared for quite a while in order to get this to this point in your life. Number 11 in numerology also means like pam pam pam, justice, justice, justice. My gorgeous Cancerini, you are going to hear about an important justice. I like this so much, because I know that you have been waiting and waiting and waiting, and this will mean to you so much. Something like big time, it's going to be proven to you. So it's not only about you having this really important information about the justice. This is going to be really personal to you, but at the same time, something is going to be proven to you here. I really like this so much, my gorgeous Cancerini, because I know that how much this justice is going to mean to you, because almost immediately there is an important resolution that you are going to have, and that is going to bring you like a balance. That is going to bring you harmony. You're going to find this very, very rewarding, because that in itself is going to put you closer towards your sincere desire. This is so brilliant, because somebody with a very good intentions around you, it's also going to be playing an important role in terms of inspiration, you know, and you are also going to get a very, very interesting kind of advice out of it. And that in itself is going to make you feel very, very self-satisfied in so many different ways, because you will know that finally, you are having a control over situation that was just taking so much energy out of you, so much energy out of your life. And in fact, you have learned your lesson, and in this moment in time, you will never, ever, ever want to repeat this lesson again, and this thing again, you know. And that all requires from you just to be yourself in the future. I'm not saying that you weren't yourself, but you always must trust yourself 1,000,000%. When something happens, when something goes on, you first talk to yourself first. Yeah, when something happens, you just and you want to do something, you just need to kind of avoid like asking someone else for advice and things like that. A lot will need to come from you, because you will also realize that you were kind of a little bit misled along your path over the last 2 or 3 years. But then again, it was nothing that no one has done to you, but maybe you were listening to the kind of unusual things, or maybe you kind of heard a certain information information that wasn't true, that wasn't right, but you knew it was something very strange, bizarre, and unusual about it, but you still kind of went with that flow. So you will learn something about it quite nicely, because after this moment in time, you will be kind of looking at the life in a different way, in a completely different way, which means that on another hand, that you are actually going to really gonna have this really powerful respect about yourself and about your knowledge when it comes to your own wiseness, and that in itself, it's only gonna really it's going to pretty much so it's going to inspire you even more in terms of like having a very courageous energy, strength, courage, you know, absolute wonderful determination, and confidence. And out of the confidence, you know, it's just like pretty much some more accomplishments are going to be highlighted, you know, and that in itself is going to happen at the right time, because it is going to make you aware, and it's going to make you realize that now, my gorgeous Cancerini, it is most likely, not most likely, it's most certainly a time for action. Time for action, time for action, time for action. Just remember, time for action, time for action, time for action. And even like the more weirdness is happening around you, and the more you think, oh, now it's not the right time, now it's not the right time, the more that means that it's actually the right time, my gorgeous Cancerini. If you don't jump in the water, you will never learn how to swim. And you're Cancerini, of course you know how to swim, my gorgeous Cancerini. So this is something that you're gonna need to really pretty much, so this is the water that you're gonna need to jump in. It's absolutely brilliant, and that in itself is going to be connected to a very, very important decision that you're going to make. And this important decision is just to do with the next step, next stage. What do you need to do when it comes to improvement? What exactly do you need to do in terms of development? And that in itself is just pretty much so going to put you on the path of your own personal promotion. And just remember what I said before, you are going to become aware of the outcome of the past effort, an important outcome of the past effort that was going on over the last 22 months indeed. And that is going to play an absolutely giant role when it comes to your own personal rebirth, because you will not want any delays in your life ever again, because you will understand your own power, you will understand your own essence, baby. This is exactly what you need to do at this moment in time, because you will realize about yourself your absolutely mind-blowing ability to learn very, very quickly. And that in itself, it's also going to be so significant when it comes to you staying focused to the task at hand. This is going to help you with your own commitment, but it's also going to help you with your own focus. This is very important. It's all going to lead towards the new plans, my gorgeous Cancerini. It's all about the new plan with a specific part of your life where you already wanted to attempt this, and there was some kind of attempt, but just wasn't the right time, and you were very kind of thinking about it very strongly within the last 8 months, so much, and as you know, it's just like not completely like a brand new plan. Yeah, I suppose it's a new plan, but not a brand new path. So you see what I mean? So it's a new plan, how you can do this, you know, how you can do this, because you already wanted to attempt this, you know, within the last 8 months. It was a lot on your mind. So now suddenly this is all going to give you hope and confidence, and there are going to be some uncertain efforts connected to it, but it doesn't really matter. These uncertain efforts, that doesn't really matter whatsoever, because the uncertain efforts, you know, it is just about the energy and the vibration. It's just gonna, this energy, what it's gonna do, it's gonna open you up psychically. So you will understand so much, and you're going to feel this sudden urge to, you know, carry on with your life, to step towards the unknown, you know, to just keep going. But at the same time, you will also be aware of the cancellation of the certain plans. You know, there are certain plans that are like pretty much so gonna maybe not gonna kind of work out. So it's really important to see which cancellations of plans are also going to be revealed, because, you know, something like a slowly also it's coming to an end here. So there are certain plans that are going to be cancelled. So this is just as important to actually understand, because as soon as you understand which plans do you need to cancel, but this is a lot to do with things that you have been working on, with things that you wanted to achieve, with things that meant to you so much, but you kind of like grew out of it. So now you're just so much more powerful, and it's just on you to understand. This is like pretty much so a gift. It's a blessing. It's you going on the next stage and the next step on your life, you know, when a lot of things are coming to an end, you know, but you know, no, when we have like a new path, like kind of coming up like this so strongly, you know, but at the same time, you need to understand that certain things are also going to come to an end. So you're going to need to establish exactly which plans do you need to cancel, because they're just not going to work for you anymore, because you moved on from that part of your life, you know, from that part of your life, because that in itself, it's really almost immediately after that moment in time when you realize this, you know, you're going to find yourself like pretty much so being very, very creative, because you're going to get rid of that negative energy that was still holding you down. And especially when it comes to the 18th, 19th and 20th, from the 18th, 19th and 20th of May until the end of that month, it's all about this very strong creativity that you're going to have, which is going to be pushing you towards the new beginning, you know, and that in itself, it's going to actually you know, put you in touch with certain people, and you're going to feel like a very strong kind of like a meaningful experience here. This is going to seem adventurous because it's going to remind you like how things used to be in your life, and it's also going to remind you your own power, your own essence, and it's going to remind you that it needs to come from you. So this is absolutely everything when I'm looking at this part of the picture, because at the same time, you know, you are going to actually make one of the most powerful and most important wise investments when it comes to your life in general. This is all going to lead towards an absolutely mind-blowing investment into yourself, investment in your life, investment in your energy, investment in your happiness, investment in your inspiration. And this is all going to be very highlighted over the last 11 days in May 2022. You know, it's just the outcome of this is going to be like a massive big change that you will pretty much so want to make when it comes to your immediate environment. When it comes to your home, you will want to make a huge change. Suddenly you're going to feel like a lot is getting on your nerves, and suddenly you will feel like you want to move a lot, you want to change a lot around you. Just go for it. Or maybe some of you are going to feel like you want to make like a massive proper ultimate change when it comes to your home, maybe changing your residence, maybe going to live in a different place, going to live in a different house. You know, suddenly you're going to feel like kind of like a lot of things are going to start getting on your nerves, and this is just going to require from you and your energy to face it in such a way. When it comes to your own reflection, you're only going to really increase your own vibration by following this energy. So if you feel like really bored with certain things around your home, just get into it, just change it, you know, because at the same time you're creating a powerful vibration and you're sending a very unique energy to the universe, and the energy that you get back almost instantly is pretty much so connected to the ideas. You release the negative energy through this process, but you open yourself up so nicely. And when you open up yourself so nicely at such a specific time of your life, then you also get a very important ideas, my gorgeous Cancerini. So this is what I want you to think about, and this is what I want you and what I need you to remember. And when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Cancerinis, this is very, very interesting. Now, you're also the sign where I'm seeing like a lots of like a negative energy when it comes to your lower back, and the negative energy when it comes to your top back, but also the negative energy when it comes to here in between your neck. So just like what you need to make sure throughout the actual months, you will see how well this is going to work for you. Just try to always like kind of make sure throughout the months to sit correctly, to sit straight. I'm not saying that you're not sitting correctly, I'm not saying that you're not sitting straight, but you're going to find this super beneficial, and it's going to help you with your own energy flow like nothing else. Trust me, because it works absolutely perfect with the actual earthly energies that you will be having throughout the actual months of May 2022. So just make sure that you're sitting in a correct way, and that in itself, it's really going to help you with your own energy, you will see, and with your health in general overall. And also on another hand, try to like kind of like when you're looking at a phone and things like that, you know, like people tend to like you know, people tend to look at let's say like a phone like this. This is what you sadly see everywhere like that. You know what I mean? Like that. People are like this. You know. So your posture is like really, really bad. You know, your posture is really negative. Your posture is not correct when you're like constantly like this. So if you're on your phone, on a smartphone, on a tablet or whatever you're on, you know, just make sure that you also like always remind yourself to like keep on being straight like this, because this is something that it's really going to help you out so much with your own own energies. And on another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Cancerini, if you find things a little bit too much when it comes to this month, you know, I mentioned before, a lot is going to be going on. And when you're going through your own spiritual awakening, you need to take care of your health. You need to take care of yourself. So you are going to have moments where you're just going to think, oh my God, things are getting a little bit too much, you know. Don't force yourself to do things, you know. Always make sure that you take some kind of time out. And you're going to find nature, again, so beneficial. Go to kind of spend an hour in the nature, if you possibly can, in the forest, you know, by the river, by the water. It's just going to reflect off your energy really nicely, and it's going to rejuvenate you in a very special and unique way. And you're going to find this super beneficial in so many different ways. And then on another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Cancerini, that to what I was saying before, the sugar, try to avoid the actual sugar, because it's still keep on happening, like the negativity in the stomach, in the digestion, with our digestive system, and that is a lot coming from sugar, quite a lot actually. So try to cut out sugar as much as you possibly can if you already haven't done so. It is very important indeed. Replace sugar. I know I said it millions of times, but I'm going to say it again. Replace sugar, please. Brown sugar, white sugar, green sugar, whatever. It's all like, ooh, no baby, no. So replace sugar with the actual organic maple syrup, organic honey, please, and you will see. And also drink as much as water as you possibly can throughout the month of May. As much as water as you possibly can. Okay, very important indeed. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, when it comes to the first date, but before I go there, I would highly recommend you, like, look at this gorgeous pendant. Again, this is my brand new line, and it's called Indonesian Crazy Lace Agate. It's absolutely beautiful, one of the most beautiful pendants. And I can tell you, you know, this is all about so much about the encouragement, about the self-esteem, about like kind of like when we are making important decisions. Sometimes, you know, we are facing a difficult situations, we are facing a difficult people, and they still kind of our energy without us even realizing. So it's all about protecting our energy and communicating and talking and expressing ourselves and making the most out of life, because sometimes we can lose on life, you know, so much, because the specific people that haven't got anything to do with our lives, they have got an impact on us that we are simply not ourselves. And this happens, you know. These people have an impact on us, certain people that we are not ourselves, and that in itself reflects on our way of thinking, and then it kind of messes up with our energy field, and then we don't respond the way we want to respond. It's always important to make sure that we are 1000% ourselves, which you are, we all are, but then again, sometimes we come across the people and the situations that can really affect our energy, and then that really pretty much so affects like a really big plans that we could be facing, that we could be finding ourselves at. This is an absolutely remarkable pendant to wear throughout May, June and July. Every single time when you want to elevate your thoughts, every single time when you want the boost of energy, every single time when you want to kind of like something, when you need something to help you with the conversation, communication, every single time when you want to boost your energy and boost your optimism as well at the same time. This is a mind-blowing crystal, but it's absolutely brilliant when it comes to like you know, harmonizing like a negative energies and things like that. But it's also like a just almost immediately, as I said, it has got this wonderful impact on you. It boosts your energy in the best possible way, and that you can do so much with this. So every single time before you need to kind of talk, communicate, express yourself, every single time when you need to make a really important decisions, every single time when you need more energy, every single time when you need to be more optimistic, because sometimes if we are not optimistic and we are low and we are down because so many things are going on, it can affect us, you know. That is just pretty much so affecting us in so many different ways. So this is absolutely not only one of the most beautiful pendants that I've had so far, but it's also very, very beneficial, you know, because almost instantly you can feel its powerful vibration when it comes to boosting your energy. Almost instantly it makes you like to talk and come out of yourself, be optimistic, be strong, be powerful. It's exactly what you need. Okay, and this beautiful pendant pendant comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, so thank you very much, I have to say that. So now the very first date is going to be on the 2nd of May, my gorgeous Cancerini. On the 2nd of May, you're gonna find yourself like a being oh, you know, there is a lot going to be on your mind on the 1st of May. Just remember, this is the time of your spiritual awakening. Do not forget that. There is a lot of thinking that you are going to have, but it's not going to be all negative and horrible and weird, but you will be going to you will be getting to the bottom of things, you know. You will be having like a very unique power in order to kind of see things from a different angle. And this is what I'm talking about. The 1st of May, it's going to be very strange and very unusual. There is a lot going to be on your mind, and you need to establish why you're thinking like this, what are you thinking about, and what exactly is making you feel this way. Because by the time you get to the 2nd of May, you are going to find yourself like, oh my God, like you will want to do something. You will be thinking about the specific aspect of your life in terms of maybe a new project and things like that, but you're still going to kind of oh God, you know, you're going to realize, you know, this is not the right time to kind of a start new project. This is how you're going to feel. Oh, it's not the right time to start new project, but this is exactly how you need to feel, because after that moment it's good. I will tell you why. Because it's going to make you think in a certain way, and then it's going to make you to you're going to come across the certain people and situation in between the 2nd and 11th of May, certain people and situation, and then you will kind of see something connected to the people that haven't got anything to do with your life, but you will recognize something really strange and something really unusual. You will recognize that something is not right, and you will want to remove yourself from that situation. And that is really going to be such an important element here, because it is going to really make you to face the situation that you don't want to be part of. It's going to make you face the people and the situations. You will learn something through some other people's pain that these people haven't got anything to do with you or your life, but they're going to come across your life and your dimension and your energy, and they're going to be as beneficial because you're going to learn something through them. You will see something unfortunate that happened to them, and you will just not want that to happen to you. This is going to happen at this an absolutely such an important time of your life, because it's going to help you to stay focused, and that in itself is going to really going to help you to stay focused and stay loyal to yourself, because you will know exactly what you're going to need to do here in between the 2nd of May and the 11th of May. You will know exactly which part of your where exactly do you need to kind of put more energy, offer more services towards a very specific goal. You know, by the 11th of May, you will know what specific goal I'm talking about. And there is also going to be a very interesting and unusual sign that you are going to have. And that sign that you are going to have, you will know in between the 2nd and 11th of May. This is going to be so unique, so amazing, so beautiful, so spiritual. This sign is going to be so unusual, but you will know that you're on... Sorry. You will know that you're on the right path. You will know that you're on the right journey. And around the time when you see this sign, you're also going to see which numbers repeating. Ta-da-dan, 11, 11, 1, 1, 11, 11. These numbers are going to be repeating before you see this sign. So this sign is going to be guiding you in the right direction, but it's also going to make you aware of the fact that you're on the right path. This is going to be very unique to you, but it's also most importantly going to pinpoint towards a certain adjustment that you're going to need to make. And that in itself is going to give you a remarkable idea. And the idea is just going to be, it's going to need from you to be very practical about how you're going to proceed. Just remember this idea, you need to be kind of practical how you're going to proceed, but also at the same time you need to remember to have a sensible approach as well. The second important date, my gorgeous Cancerini, and before I go there, look at the other absolutely mind-blowingly beautiful leopardite. I mean, I'm getting this one for myself. This is absolute, look how gorgeous this is. I mean, it's obvious why this leopardite, it's actually called this way. It's beautiful, it's fantastic for focus, It's fantastic for the actual, like, really brings a very interesting energy within us when we are wearing this. It's not only for the focus, but it makes you feel really smart. It makes you feel really clever towards the things that you should be, like, kind of pretty much so towards the things that you should be thinking about, towards the things that you should be doing. You know, it opens you up so nicely and helps you to understand how unique you are, how special you are. And when you're wearing this, you know, there's so many things that are highlighted within you. Like, you just kind of like this energy flow brings you like an inspiration, you know, things that you should be inspired about, you know, but at the same time it's really highlighting, you know, really powerful and magical parts of yourself, which helps you so much. It's almost like you're having a little friend with you who is keep on telling you you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're unique, don't forget this, don't forget that. So when you get this, it's a very remarkable boost of confidence that you are having with leopardite, but also at the same time it makes you feel really clever, it makes you feel really smart, it makes you feel really intelligent. I'm not saying that you need something to make you feel smart and intelligent, but I'm just saying that it brings these thoughts within our energy field in a very unique way, because, you know, it's like when you need to be reminded about the specific aspects of yourself, this is what this pendant is doing. You wear it and you just get this courageous energy almost immediately, and it's just really kind of like, also you start thinking like, oh, I've done this, or I've done that, and you're like praising yourself when you need to praise yourself. So this is what this beautiful crystal does. It's a very playful energy, but it really helps you and make you to open up, you know, in the best possible way when it comes to your own intelligence, but also making the most of it. This gorgeous leopardite comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this also in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel. I have to say that, so thank you very much. The second important date is going to be on the 13th of May. It's like, this is a big mama in so many different ways, because the 13th of May, to start with, something really bizarre is going to happen here, something very unusual, and it's going to be like it's like you're almost like going to have like a bit of a moment, like, oh my god, like something very unusual is going to take place, and it's going to remind you that there are different worlds, you know, around us. This is not the only world. We are the part of the multiple dimensions indeed, and this is what exactly you're going to be aware of here. So do not be surprised if you have got somebody contacting you from the spirit world. Don't be surprised if something just fall off, you know. Don't be surprised if you smell like somebody's perfume who used to be in your life. Don't be surprised if you smell like somebody's food, you know, somebody who used to be in your life and then they died, they passed away, and then you smell this food. Don't be surprised. Well, I need you to understand that the 13th of May, when you feel the presence around you, at the same time, just remember that this presence is bringing you the message to pay attention to what was on your mind, what were you thinking. You know, you were bringing yourself down, you were preventing yourself from the next step, you didn't give enough credit to yourself. So this spirit is going to let you know, no, baby, no, you're on the right path, you're on the right path, you know, on journey. Just keep going, no matter what. The 13th of May, it's also going to help you to realize, you know, an unrealistic attitude towards a certain part of your life. You know, it's like a bit of a daydream, or maybe like a pretty much so you're going to become aware of the part of your life that it's not going to work out, but that doesn't matter. Normally this would like scare you, oh my god, no, but now you will realize that you're growing, you're changing, you are evolving. So this is important, because now at that moment in time, you're also going to avoid kind of like the negativity, and you're gonna kind of like a really gonna have a new desire and determination which is going to come out of it. So this is important in itself. So it's all about the desire, determination, and the strong willpower, because suddenly it's gonna come to you, you know, maybe if you stayed on that path that came to an end, and now it's becoming a bit of a fantasy, it only means that karmically you came to an end, but suddenly something is gonna come to you, and it's gonna make you realize this this psychic feeling, this intuition that if you stayed on this path, very soon there would have been an argument with someone. There would have been an argument with someone. Nothing bad, nothing horrible, but then again, it's just not something that you want, you know. You're going to go very deep, just remember. So this is going to be one of the things that are going to come out in the form of the actual emotional confusion. You don't want emotional confusion. So you will know that this part of your life, you highlighting this with yourself, it's also going to confirm to you by the end of the day that this was creating a lot of emotional confusion, and it's most importantly, most certainly time to move on. It is time of your awakening, but also you're going to know that this is a time for temporary pause, for reflection and insight, because it's all to do on the 13th of May, in between the 13th of May and the end of that month. It's all about an awakening where you see things in a completely different light. You need to remember to embrace your uniqueness. This is very, very important indeed. The third date, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to be on the actual 28th of May. 28th of May, it's like, oh my God, now this is the beginning of one of the biggest transitions of your life. This is the beginning of one of the biggest transitions of your life. So now you will really want change. You will feel like it's all about the reversal of like a certain way of life. You know, you want to change the parts of your life that don't make sense anymore, that you feel really bored about. So it's all about an abandonment, you know, being aware of exactly what sacrifice do you need to make, but it's going to come in the term of the actual readjustment indeed. It's all about your own regeneration. It's all about your own rebirth, which is going to lead on the 28th of May, right, you feeling very brave, and your own capacity is going to be highlighted, and that in itself is going to be playing an important role when it comes to the certain action that you're going to feel when it comes to the last couple of days in May 2022. So it's all about your own self-illumination going on the whole next level, when you're going to realize, you know, the specific things about your life, you know, that you feel in self-denial about still, but then again at the same time, you know, the 29th, the 30th and the 31st of May. So it's 29th, the 30th and the 31st of May. It's all about the hope. It's all about inspiration. It's all about very bright These are the bright prospects that I was talking about. And it's also going to be connected to mixing of mixing of the past and present. But at the same time, it's about the optimism. A very important sign that you're going to see along the way, which is going to make you feel very, very happy indeed. But it's all going to boil down within the 30th and the 31st of May, resolution of an annoying problem. You know, it's about the conclusion, which is going to bring healing into your life. Very satisfactory results I'm talking about here. This is so important because it's all about your own fulfillment, a compromise, and inspiration that you're going to feel. You're going to feel very artistic. So see where this is going to take you, my gorgeous Cancerinis. Be as open-minded as you possibly can. The very first part, I'm just going to tell you quickly what's going to happen in the first part of May, mid part of May, and the last part of May. The first part of May, you will realize how powerful you are. You will realize how powerful you are because your heightened psychic abilities are going to be almost impossible to ignore. The second part of May, you know, is just an incredible mind-blowing insight that you're going to have from the actual meditation. Just remember that. And the third part of May, it's just like a basically you will become aware of pretty much. So when it comes to the last week of May, it's all about the ending that are going to lead to the new beginnings, you know. So this is important to understand the need to release situations or people that are actually holding you back, because you're going through your own spiritual transformation. You're going to learn a lot about yourself, but you're also going to learn a lot about people around you. When it comes to people in relationship, my goodness, you know, I just need you to be a little bit careful, because someone is going to be around your partner, and I don't like this person whatsoever. So somebody is going to be around your partner, and I don't like this person whatsoever. It's to do with somebody not being very honest, somebody being very dark when it comes to their energy, somebody who's being completely dishonest, and somebody who's not pretty much so, somebody who's not a really nice person. But I think that your partner is going to be aware of that person. So what you need to do is, like, if you have got some kind of important dealings or something with someone, or someone is and things like that, for example, then if someone sounds off off to you, then just kind of like a step away from that person. So and go and find someone else. So be a little bit cautious when it comes to like a dealings with someone, when it comes to your partner in particular. So make them aware of this. If they feel like they're like someone is off when it comes to energy, immediately move away from them and go and find someone else. Okay, very important indeed. And on another hand, and when it comes to the couples, there is a very interesting advice that you are going to have. Because especially when it comes to the last 13 days of May, you're going to be wondering, my God, a lot when it comes to what you're going to do this or you're going to do that. You're going to do this or you're going to do that. Just remember that there is a very important and interesting advice that you are going to have through someone very kind of like special and very important in your life. You need this advice. Okay, when it comes to those of you Cancerinis that are single and ready to mingle, my gorgeous Cancerinis, you know, this is like a basically pretty much so you need to understand that there is a motivation that you are going to have. Someone is going to motivate you so much. I do not see like you finding the love of your life this month. No, baby, no. But what is going to happen this month is the motivation through the right person can be absolutely everything, and it happens at the right moment in our lives. You are going to have a motivation through someone very important to you, somebody very significant to you, somebody who you think the world of, like absolutely everything, somebody who means to you so much. It's going to inspire you. You will want to be like them in the best possible way. And I'm not saying, oh, you want to be like him, you want to be like her. No, baby, no. This is somebody really wonderful who is going to inspire you, and it's going to help you to come out of yourself so much. So that in itself is going to play an important giant role when it comes to you making a really significant decision, because this inspiration, someone who is going to inspire you, my gorgeous single Cancerini, you will know that this in itself is going to require change from you, and the change is connected to you changing something about yourself. It's going to bring an additional day into your life. You're going to start realizing exactly what you are not doing that you should be doing in order to find someone, and this is going to be consisting of you knowing exactly which place you're going to start going to, and that particular place is going to bring someone very special into your life, you know. So it doesn't have to be necessarily a brand new place in your life, but it could also be like a maybe different day going somewhere. However, by the end of May, you will know what this is, and that in itself is going to answer an important question to you, that this particular place is also bringing someone very special into your life, very significant into your life, who is going to make themselves known in June and July, but not just yet. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Cancerini. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.